I like how you conduct interviews. I like how you conduct yourself as a lady, which I can respect to the utmost. You're a real sister. I feel your vibe through your post and your interviews. Like, I feel your vibe 100%. So I was like, maybe I could get on there and, interview, and maybe that interview might touch somebody.
Exactly. You never know who's listening. Right.
Yeah, you never know who's listening. And they tap in, and I got a story to tell. I've been out of federal prison for 3 months, and I just wanted to tap in with you and basically let the brothers and sisters know it's not a deterrent that you had an issue in your past. You can make it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So no harm, no foul. You ready?
I'm ready.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lady Scrap. You know your favorite Damu from the West Side Fruits. We got a caller on the line. Just because me and him is really on some, like, the time is now. Otherwise, we probably could have met and did this shit in person. But nevertheless, it's always room for another interview. Are you anonymous?
No, I don't mind. My name is Korey from South Central Los Angeles, and they can know because my story is True Story Korey.
Say that. Come on, that's gonna be the title, True Story Korey. I gotta remember the name of that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, you born and raised South Central Los Angeles. How old are you?
I'm 50 years old.
Oh, you 50? Okay.
Yep.
You have a century around this motherfucker.
Yeah, I've been around.
Yeah, you for sure got a story to tell. You east or west?
I'm West Side.
Come on, West Side.
Yep. Grew up in the same neighborhood as Ice Cube and Dub C, Imperial Highway, and Western Avenue.
Come on, I went to Washington. I ain't no general because I didn't graduate, but I went there,
That's right. Now you're cooking with Crisco. I went to Washington, too. Washington Prep.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah.
You graduate, though. You a general?
I didn't graduate.
Okay.
But I'm a general at heart.
Oh, okay. All right. You claiming it. All right.
Yeah, I walked around the W at the front door and all that.
I heard the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
They definitely, if the people don't know, you can't step on that W. If you know, you know. But I'm just saying, everybody don't know. But
that's
all right. Did you know Dub C, Ice Cube, or no? They was just familiar around the area?
Well, I actually grew up right across the street from Dub C.
Okay.
Literally grew up in the same neighborhood. My uncle was from his group. My uncle is Big G. Rest in peace. I grew up right across the street from Dub. My uncle was a part of his group. He had a group in the early 90s called WC and the Mad Circle.
Okay.
Which consisted of him, Dub C, Julio, rest in peace.
Come
DJ
on.
Crazy Tunes, rest in peace. And my uncle was Big G.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, so did you look at him as like a uncle? I'm talking about Dub C, or he was more like a brother?
Dub C is a down-to-earth brother, real.
Okay.
He used to keep the young brothers out, encourage us to go to school, stay out the streets, stay away from the gangs and things of that nature. He used to quarterback for us when we played street football, throw up tackle,
really?
Stuff we did back in the late 80s and when we was coming up as kids,
Yeah.
So, and he was always influenced, brought Rap City to the neighborhood, and we got to meet Big Les, and
come on.
Yeah. And I used to attend a lot of shows where my uncle would always take me, and I was around, like in the green room.
Right.
I would see Ice Cube, and my uncle would be like, "Look, when I take you to this show, don't touch nothing, don't steal nothing." Don't be bothering Ice Cube. Get in here and sit your butt down. Act like you got some sense.
Right.
I followed my Uncle Big G instructions and, ended up going to a lot of shows and doing things of that nature.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up. Everybody's childhood wasn't like that, because how old were you during these times?
Okay, the Mass Circle formed in 91, so I was roughly about 16.
Talk your shit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And
Everybody ain't able.
my uncle also, after the Mass Circle had formed, Coolio left the group, and that's when you got Gangsta Paradise and all his hits. And
Oh,
my
okay.
uncle,
Okay.
Dub C, basically went solo. That's how the world really became to know him as Dub C and the C Walking and
Yeah.
bringing that to the forefront. My uncle then he became a bodyguard for Ice Cube. So
Okay.
yeah, so I was around.
Right. Right. It didn't
Yep.
just stop in the teenage years, high school years. It kind of kept going.
Yeah, it kept going.
Okay.
And once my uncle he was diagnosed with diabetes, he had to leave off the road and things
Damn.
of that nature. So,
That
but
sat both of y'all down then, in a sense, right?
yeah,
Right.
pretty
Because
much,
I was
pretty
finna say,
much.
like, you're not in the industry, but okay, I see how that happened. Where it
Yeah,
took a turn,
yeah,
which
yeah.
led you to the streets, or no?
Well, I'm gonna say it like this:
Okay.
I'm not a gangbanger.
All right.
Not a gang member,
I love
but I
that.
was a boy in the hood. I was one of the boys in the hood, and naturally, growing up in South Central, you're gonna have friends that's affiliated.
That's true.
But during my time growing up in my teenage years and young adults, people, get hit up in LA, the famous where you from, and I'm like, I don't bang.
Yeah.
I don't bang. But the one thing my uncle had taught me, because he was affiliated, and he would always say, nephew, you don't have to be from the hood. You was born and raised here, okay? And I always was like, right, because when the other neighborhoods come around to do destruction, you follow me?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter if you was affiliated or not. If you was
It
out
did.
there, you was gonna catch the wrath of whatever
Right.
came with that neighborhood.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just said that to say you're affiliated. You just not from anywhere.
Right. I guess you're guilty by association.
Right.
Is that a good way to say it?
Yep. If you don't want to say affiliation, so okay. Yep. I get
Yeah,
you.
because we grew up in South Central Los Angeles. With the gang culture we have, it's like if you haven't been put on, you're not from that. You're not from that gang. You haven't been put on. But I was always under my own analogy was like I shouldn't have to get beat up to be in my own neighborhood where my grandmother bought a house in 1962, and we were raised in that house before the culture began to evolve. So
It was gangs around in the 60s, but I hear you. You got your perspective. And you never really cared to ask anybody to get the facts. So, I mean, shit, your view is your view. I get you, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just, like I said, just a boy in the hood, and I grew up, and like my grandmother was a church lady, made sure I went to church and all that. But then on the flip side, I had my uncle, and, the neighborhood, you come outside and
Right, that wasn't church.
that wasn't church. That was everyday normal activity.
Yeah. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have 2 kids. I have a daughter, she's 14, and I have a son, he's 24. Yeah.
You done? You don't want no more?
No, I'm done. I'm blessed with the 2 I have.
You always wanted kids?
Yeah, basically a son and a daughter. What I got, I wanted a son and a daughter. My son is from the east side. He's
he gang bang.
Yeah, he definitely affiliated.
Not definitely.
Yeah, he's affiliated for sure.
Okay.
So I tried to move him to Las Vegas. I used to live in Vegas. I tried to move him to Vegas and do the father thing, take him out of Watts and so on and so forth. And he used to come to me and be like, Daddy, I don't got no friends. We just be in the house. And I'm like, well, I got you an Xbox. I got you all the video games. I'm taking you places. You going to events and stuff. And he was like, I want to go home. Like, I miss my mom. I got friends. And when I let him go home, that was when it was a wrap.
Damn.
It was a done deal. Yeah. One of them scenarios. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of people's scenarios. So, I mean, you know, no harm, no foul. Listening to you, though, it's easier for me to say what I'm finna say. Outside looking in, you was doing shit the best you could without even realizing you could not be his friend. That's just all it was boiling down to. It wasn't about nothing else. You could have provided the happiest, cleanest, warmest, whatever home. Like you said, events y'all going to. You got a game system at home. Y'all still going outside. But still in all, you know, you the dad. You the father. You pops. So it's only going to be so much fun that was going to, you know, bestow upon him. So don't look at it like you did anything wrong. Not to say you did. I'm just saying. Outside listening.
Yeah. That's a fact.
You of that. And for the other listeners, because some people, you know, it ain't no handbooks, even though it is a handbook at the same fucking time. People swear up and down. It ain't no rules to parenting. You teach how you go and you learn from your mistakes. But if you get caught up with the law, they're going to make you take a parenting classes and all of a sudden there go the books. You feel me? So I'm just saying.
Out the door, right.
You know, exactly. So I'm just saying. But as we learn off trial and error, don't beat yourself up, people. That's all I was really saying. Parents, you know, don't beat yourself up. You do what you can. And then you got to remember, what example did you have? Because that matters too. If you didn't have a father, you probably won't even be a good father. Or you might. Who knows? Right. Just don't beat yourself up about it. If you a rat-ass mama, your mama probably was too. I don't know. I'm just saying. No one's against it. You feel me?
That's right.
But anyway, what you was going to say?
At the end of the day, though, my son, when he became when he's a young adult, he's 24.
Yeah.
He always let me know, Daddy, I appreciate what the effort you put towards my life as trying to, keep me away from the negative environment.
Yeah.
He said, but I gravitated towards that more.
Right.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. I get it. Not saying it was right. I get what he's saying. I understand.
Yeah, but he let me know he recognized. He recognized what I was doing at the time. So,
And your daughter, she's not leaning towards that way. You said, was she 14? She's 16?
No, my daughter's 14.
14.
She's 14. Yeah. Yep. She's in school. She's on the track team and she's on the straight path.
Okay. You could tell she's different.
Yeah, she's moving different.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if she turns out to be a hoe? How would that make you feel?
Hella disappointed. Look, hella disappointed, but the energy that I give her and her mom, we want her to stay in school and, continue on the path she's on. But when kids become a certain age, sometimes you could be a great parent. Sometimes you can have your kids on the right track. But when they decide to go left, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do.
Right. So again, I say, don't beat yourself down, parents, for whatever choice or decision your kids grow up to make. Because every prostitute is someone's kid. Every hoe is someone's kid. Every stripper, every escort, every porn star is someone's kid. And it's a small percentage of them women that is supported by their family, because I guess, like this man is saying, who wants their daughter to be visualized that way, or who wants to visualize their daughter that way, or who just, but you can't stop the inevitable. I'm just saying. So don't not love them, or don't feel like you missed the mark, because it had nothing to do with you. Something else enticed him or her. Or how would you feel if your son turned out to be gay?
No. Well, I would be hurt again. Look, double hurt.
All right, yeah.
But like kids, there's so much influence. When we was coming up, we didn't have the influences that's out there now. Like I told you in the beginning, like we played street football, basketball, hide and go seek, freeze tag. We did basic kid things. Nowadays, the kids don't go outside. They're on their phones. They're on video games, social media. So it's a lot of influence on children that's beyond the parents' control. Some parents even try to control it, but like I said, when the kid go left, they go all the way left.
And then it's also mindsets. Again, people, as well as I'm letting him know my perspective on his perspective, y'all listening to, everything is an influence. So we can't feel like the gays are influencing the kids to be gay when all you straight motherfuckers been making gay kids. Every gay person has a straight parent. I'm just saying, I'm just wanting y'all to realize that, because scientifically, you know, if we're going to go into that, the gays ain't making themselves. The straights is making the gays. I'm just saying. So really, figure it the fuck out. We can't say everybody was touched, because everybody wasn't touched. Everybody's not a victim of some type of sexual harassment that they couldn't change, and now they're just turned out. Because for the women that were raped as kids, they're not lesbians, they're just like nymphos. You know what I mean, people? So like, let's just like check how we're thinking about stuff or how we're viewing it. Yes, you are correct. I fully agree that the technology, the phones, the artificial intelligence, the fast stimulation of the stuff, the gizmos, the gadgets, the fireworks, all of that is definitely not helping with the imagination, because it ain't no more Reading Rainbow, it ain't no more Barney and Friends, Lamb Chop, Sesame Street. Yeah, you know, that's out the window. So I fully get what you're saying. I just don't want the people to forget that South Park been gay, The Simpsons been gay, like just stuff that has been around has been, I guess, an influence when it just didn't influence everybody. It's just the fact that the gays now have a different voice. The gays are now being respected a little more. We got to look at it like that, because the gays ain't new. This ain't no millennium nothing. Everybody had a sissy uncle or some kind of auntie that was butch, a dyke or something, because all these words are not new. Ain't none of these words new, y'all.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people like to relate Prince as being gay just because he wore them assless chaps. So again, it's been going on since it's been going on. We just can't keep pointing the finger at other people when it ain't got nothing to do with another person. That's all I was saying. That was the point I was trying to get at. But nevertheless, what makes a man in your opinion?
Accepting responsibility. Accepting responsibility. Being able to go out every day, work, take care of your family, be somebody of substance, have some stability about yourself. A lot of times we get caught up in what other people are doing. Don't follow the Joneses. Be your own man.
Yeah.
You know, stand on your own 2 feet. That's what makes a man to me.
Right.
You know, hustle makes a man. But hustle make muscle, and muscle make a man.
Okay.
Feel me?
Okay. Break it down
Now,
for me then.
whether no matter what lane you decide to take, stand on your own too.
I heard the fuck out of that.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Are you a proud parent? Are you proud to be a parent?
Yeah, I'm a proud parent, definitely. Definitely, because your kids is your offspring. They the future.
Yeah.
They keep your family tree growing and keep your family alive, you know. So I'm definitely proud to be a father. And I even mentor other kids.
Okay.
You know? So I'm not only a father to my kids, I got nieces and nephews.
Say that, yeah.
Little relatives and different things of that. So you never stop being a father. You never stop being a father. Even when your kids is grown, you might see a young brother or sister that might need to hear some words of encouragement. That's father figurely. That's what a man does. He encourages the youth in a positive form, a positive direction in life.
I noticed you're saying father. What's the difference between a father and a daddy?
Okay. A father is there for their children. They don't only just show up on Christmas. They're there for the first day of school. They're there for events, parent-teacher conferences, being there for your child through any circumstance, no matter what, whether it's positive or negative.
Okay.
And a daddy is this, I got these kids on the east side, I'm a stuck dude, drop these gifts off on birthdays and Christmases, give them a hug, take them to get a bite to eat at Tam's, and, I catch up with you.
Yeah. Not I'm going to holler at you later, okay.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you later on. But fathers, they stand tall, they go through the ups and downs with their child, events, they counsel their children. And like I say, you never stop being the father, because you're always going to have a youth, a young adult, a child, a toddler, somewhere in your lifetime that you still have to be a father figure for, whether you're their biological or not.
What's the scariest thing about being a parent?
The two things you touched on earlier. My daughter becoming a hoe. My son being gay. My son or daughter in the street life, following the gangs.
Yeah.
Being influenced by social media. Those are the scary things in today's world. Okay.
No harm, no foul with that. The people don't know, but talking to you, you said you did federal time.
Yes.
We don't need to know what you did. I just want to know, what was that like for you?
A joke.
Not a joke. I didn't think you was finna say that.
Yeah. It was a joke.
Okay.
It was a joke. Because the same crimes the U.S. government will lock you up for is the same crimes that's being committed behind the wall on the compound. Yeah, unpack that. The same crimes that will get you in state or federal prison is going on more behind the wall than it is on the street. It's almost like you're on the street minus the females.
Oh, wow.
And the freedom to walk off and do what you want to do and eat whatever you want to eat type.
The confinement,
Yeah, it was a humbling experience, but it taught me a lot. That was the first time I ever had been in trouble with the law.
Okay.
Yeah, in all my years, didn't hit the county jail, didn't hit Wayside.
Camp, no juvenile halls.
None of that.
Yeah.
Went straight to the big leagues.
And how long was you in there?
I did 4 years.
So your first time federal. Now, you don't know, but some say federal is better than state. And I would agree. I don't know, but I would agree just off the way the job structure is. You know what I mean? And like a general aspect. Or you feel like, nah, it's not.
I never did state time, but incarceration is incarceration.
Okay.
Federal time, you get I'm going to say, from what I thought before I went to the feds, you think you're going to be around high profile, white collar, major drug dealers and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But the game is different now.
Okay.
It's a new administration going on. Let me put it like that. Because they locking young brothers up. I was meeting brothers 18 years old, 19 years old, in jail for a bullet. And federal prison for bullets, ghost guns, Hobbs Act robberies, different just things that before you wouldn't go to the feds for a certain crime.
That's why people gotta vote.
They got their hands in everything.
You said that too fast. I'm gonna say it again. That's why people gotta vote. Because I was aware of this, but a lot of people aren't aware of how laws change things within a 5-year span. A presidency is 4 years. So we only voting for presidents every 4 years. We're voting locally and stately all the time, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And guns are federal anyway. So, I mean, there's that. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's a new administration. It's like a lot of young brothers that's good brothers. You know, they make mistakes, and the U.S. government don't care about your mom died when you was 6. Your daddy was a pimp, a gang banger, a drug dealer.
Yeah.
You committed this crime. we're about to put our hands on you with this paper and pen, and you're going to do your time.
Now, what you saying that should they care? Should that justify them doing the crime? Because they didn't have trauma since childhood? They didn't have PTSD since childhood?
No, because that's a cop-out.
Okay.
No, that's a cop-out. That's what we call in the world a scapegoat.
Okay, I was just wondering because of what you had said, but okay.
Yeah. No, that's a scapegoat because everybody comes from some type of background, something, and that shouldn't dictate whether you're out here committing crimes.
Right.
Because there's kids that grow up with no father, no mother, in foster homes. The worst circumstances you could have in life be dealt with. And they come out and do productive things in life. They go to college, they make better of themselves because you got to have the mind frame of, I don't want to be like what was behind me.
Right.
I don't want to do what the norm is for my family in the past, whether that was being actively in the streets, gang banging, hustling. So it's no excuse. It's all in the person's mind.
Yeah.
It's where your mindset is. You want to be a thug? I'm going to be a thug. You
Fully
want to be
agree.
a kid that say, all right, I'm going to change my circumstances. I'm going to be better than my parents or my uncle or my sister, brother, and they make better choices. It's all about choices.
And knowing you have them. A lot of people don't know that they have them. They're not really utilizing resources, options, choices, like you said. People that they may know. Some people pride get in the way. It just be all sorts of shit. But with you doing them 4 years, you going back?
Nah. I'm done. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson, and it boiled down to me trying to take shortcuts, which is what happens a lot in the inner city. We see something, we like, okay, that look good. Let me hop on this hustle. And my motto is, I came up with a motto when I was behind the wall. My motto is, don't do it unless you're willing to do what comes with it.
Yeah, they say that. I don't think you came up with that. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
So, I agree.
It's a fact. Yeah. So, when you out there and you in the life and you doing stuff that you know ain't right, know what time that situation carry. That situation might carry 5 to 8 years. So are you willing to give up 5 to 8 years of your life for this? That's what it boiled down to for me.
Yeah, that's a real message right there, for real.
Yeah.
You said you are a father figure to others, and you named family members. What about outside of your nieces and nephews and all of that?
Yes, I do it to this day. I may pull up at a store and I see some young brothers out. I already know they active, they in the streets, but I'll give them some words of encouragement.
Okay.
You don't want to be preaching to the youth. They don't want to hear all that.
No, they don't care.
Simple words of encouragement, they go a long way, because a hit dog gonna holler. You throw some words out to some young brothers, one of them gonna get the message. It might be 4 of them standing there, and one of them gonna be like, you know what? I'm thinking about what OG told me at the store earlier. So somebody gonna get the message, and if you could save one, you did a lot.
How would you define success?
Success, being able to take care of your family.
Okay, like being a man then.
Yeah, being able to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and be happy with what you got. Be thankful for what you got and stop looking at what you don't have in life. It ain't meant for everybody. Everybody can't be LeBron James. Everybody can't be Snoop. You feel me? So
I do.
Be thankful for what you got, and learn to be humble in life.
How would you handle your daughter being in an abusive relationship?
I would be highly upset. Her first reaction is, I'm gonna do something about that. But that ain't the answer, because a lot of times when women are in abusive relationships, they might get away from it, but a lot of them run right back to it. It becomes the norm for them because they ain't never been dealt love.
Mm-hmm.
So when you love your children, your daughter, and let them know that, hey, you can come to your daddy for anything. You can talk to me about anything, because if they can't come to you, they're going to go to that abuser or to the street.
Right.
And that's where they go to find love, because the love is missing at home. It ain't no love at home.
Is date night important?
Yeah. Date night is very important. My daughter hasn't went on any dates, or she
Well, I was
hasn't
speaking
come
on you
home.
now. I was kind of segueing into adult, because I know she's only 14. But is date night important to you? You and your partner?
Yeah, it's important. Me personally, I'm single, but a date night is important because it establishes getting to know someone. You gotta get to know people, and that's the way you go out, you have dinner, enjoy each other's company in a productive way, positive way. Because date night to some brothers is, how can I hit this tonight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They mind go right in the left field, but you have to establish a friendship, get to know the person, and know what you're up against. Find out about her background. Find out what she like, her favorite color, what she like in a relationship, what she don't like. So you got to establish some boundaries.
Some people would argue with you or debate with you about that and feel like that shit don't matter no more.
Well, when you're dealing with a husband, it don't matter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. If you're dealing with, a woman that's, as they say, she for the streets.
Right.
Yeah, no, that don't matter. But when you're dealing with a lady that has class, that respects herself, you're going to take the appropriate measures. She going to make sure you take the appropriate measures when you're dating her. She just not going to let you do what you want to do.
Right. That's how you recognize it, man. If you don't know, he's letting you know how to recognize the difference between the two. Nevertheless, do you have a message for the youth?
Yeah, I do. Definitely. Stay focused. Stay in school. Get your mind right. Don't be influenced by other young youth in the neighborhood or in your community. Don't be influenced by social media.
Oh, you know, that's easier said than done these days.
Yeah, you gotta have a mind of your own.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta think. Be a leader. Don't be a follower.
Some feel like hanging with their friends is like just a hanging with their friends, while others will feel like, no, you're following your friends. Can you give them a difference between the two? Like, what's the difference between hanging with your friends and following them?
Okay. Hanging with your friends is, hey, we're going to link up this Sunday and we're going to go hang out at the boardwalk at Venice Beach, get some food, kick it, enjoy the scenery, knock on some honeys, not doing nothing extra. Being a follower and trying to follow the crowd is, come on, man, let's go hit this lick on this store. Let's go over here to this neighborhood and sweat these young brothers over here and get in some mischief.
Knowing is bullshit and you still finna do it.
And you still finna do it.
That's
exactly.
Following. Got you. In your opinion, how old is too old to give your son a bath? Obviously not at this day and age, but like when he was a kid. How old was too old to give your son a bath?
I'm gonna say 6 years old.
Okay.
About 6.
Okay.
About 6. Yeah. About 6 years old.
And I ask this question because in this day and age, a lot of people are finding themselves like questioning parents on giving their sons a bath. He's too old to get a bath. While others just like, but he's not clean, he's playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, people, again, people that's listening, let's stop like sexualizing everything and then blaming the people that didn't even start it all sexual. They wasn't even thinking sexual. Y'all did that. Like, y'all are really projecting. Y'all are making people raise their eyebrows. This parent didn't have no intentions on, I don't know, what to do, a jacking her son off or some shit. I don't know what y'all thinking.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm going to just say it in layman terms. You know what I mean? Who's
Yeah.
to say that some aren't? I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just saying as a group, can the masses, can we stop pointing fingers when we don't even know facts, when we don't even know shit? While we be
Right.
swearing up and down, we don't care, but we be having so much to say.
I agree 100%.
You
I
know?
agree.
Loyalty or respect?
Respect.
Why?
Respect, because that's something you establish. Respect is earned and not given. You have to earn your respect. People just don't walk up to you and be like, oh, I respect him because he's such and such.
Mm.
You have to earn your respect.
What's the dumbest thing your parents had you believing as a kid?
That there was a tooth fairy. There was a Santa Claus.
Okay. Alright. The typical cliche shit.
Yeah, it's an Easter bunny.
Yeah. As you're getting older, what are you starting to dislike more?
I'm starting to dislike, like, negativity, like ranting,
Okay.
people not taking responsibility, condoning the bullshit. Like, be real. Let's be real here. Like, can't take people that cry a lot, especially a grown man.
Yeah.
Like you're a crybaby. Grow up.
Just
Take some
whining.
responsibility. Yeah, just whining. Like, I can't stand the whininess. Just,
I was just around a whiny ass nigga. That's funny you said that. Do you have a hero or a shero?
yeah, to be honest, I do.
Okay.
But it's funny because I found my heroes, like, later on in life.
You
It
already an
wasn't,
adult.
like, I didn't grow up, like, having a hero. Like,
Yeah.
I was my own hero.
Okay.
But as I grew older, I started to read this. There's an author called Donald Goins. Are you familiar with him?
I am, actually.
Okay. Donald Goins is my hero.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I read pretty much all of his books, and it's his story, but he's telling it through the book. And he made it from a heroin addict on the streets to writing these novels and books that were, like, touching.
Yeah.
And he became my hero. He was like my father figure. He was like a father figure for me through his books, through his writings.
Yeah.
So that became my hero. It's like, I love Donald Goins' books. I read each one of his books 4 or 5 times, because each time I read his books, I get a different message. No matter what I comprehended the first time, the second time, I learned something the third time. Oh, okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
So I was able to, become connected with his writings and his books. So Donald Goins was my hero.
Shout out to Donald for that. In your opinion, what's the difference between love and lust?
Love lust is just something we want to get off for the moment. That's like right now. That's something right now. Love has longevity. Love is something that you build and you grow. It helps you grow. And it's about longevity. Lust is for right now. That's some let's do this now.
Yeah.
And it ain't no foundation underneath it. Love is there's a foundation built. Lust, there's no foundation.
I like that. Who are you, Korey?
I'm a brother who was raised in South Central Los Angeles, and I made mistakes, but at the end of the day, I learned from my mistakes. You learn through trial and error. Even at my age, you're still learning. You're never too grown to learn, to be coachable, to take advice. And I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of respect. I'm a man that loves his people, meaning black people, my family. And I'm about being real. Just being real, yeah. And having respect and having integrity in life that's like some of the most important things to me.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I like that. Prince or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
MJ all the way, huh?
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. The greatest to ever do it.
Would you say once a pedophile, always a pedophile?
Yep. I definitely agree with that. Once a pedophile, always a pedophile. It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing. You know, it's like, they used to say once a basehead, always a basehead.
That is some LA shit. I don't know if anybody else heard that. That is definitely a thing we say in LA for real, especially basehead.
Yeah, it's a mental thing. If you ain't, if your mind ain't right, yeah, you gonna continue to make them same mistakes, and you've probably been doing it forever. And some people get caught, and some people still out here on that weirdo shit.
Is it levels to snitching?
That I'm gonna say, yes, it could be levels to snitching.
Okay.
And let me clarify that.
Yeah, it's how you feel.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that because if you was on the scene and somebody shot your mother and killed her, and you got subpoenaed to come to court and say, hey, we need you to point out the suspect in court for your mother. This is for your mother now. What are you gonna do? You're gonna say no? So you're gonna go to court and hope to get justice for your family member, for your mom. Okay? So in the street, people will say, well, that's snitching. That's a rat. That's not cool.
Yeah.
And they will say, well, and then you gotta understand, is it a street person or is it what they call a civilian? Because a street person is gonna want revenge. They're gonna be like, no, screw court. I'm not doing none of that. I'm taking care of this matter on my own. A civilian is gonna say, no, let me go to court and do the right thing so I can get justice for my mother.
I fully agree with that.
So,
I'm also like, I guess people turn to civilians depending on the crime.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Cause it's all on you to feel how you feel. So you justify what you justify. You ain't gotta like what you ain't gotta like. Whoever then cause harm, how you handle it is how you handle it. Not saying it's right or wrong. So it's just like, just depend on what it could be a drunk driving situation that they kill somebody you love. You want that drunk driver gone, It could
Right.
like just anything. Any type of scenario. So and then you know what? With the same analogy in a sense, people, we do that with the gays. We swear up and down, oh, I don't have no problem with a gay, my cousin gay. But y'all don't even hang with your cousin. Your cousin ain't seen you in 15 fucking years just
Right.
because he's gay. Like,
Right.
what? Your cousin ain't trying to fuck you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So we do that. You know what I mean? We tend to act like, yeah, it's levels to snitching. I ain't no snitch. But then this motherfucker done killed my daughter. This motherfucker done killed my mama. Like you said, get my granny. My granny done got hit by the car going to the laundromat or something. Now you ready to let them know. Rewind the tape. Get the cameras. It's supposed to be cameras here and there. Yeah. So it's levels to it. But then I guess we're going to have the people that's listening that's still going to be like, hell no, I'm going to still vengeance is mine, said the Lord type of situation,
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. It depends on the scenario and who's involved. I'm not an advocate of people telling on people at all.
Right.
Like my situation, I got told on. That's
Oh,
how I
shit.
ended
You a
up on.
victim of the snitching. Damn.
Yeah, I'm a victim of the snitching. So I know what it feel like for somebody to be like, yeah, he did A, B, and C.
Right.
Yeah, it was him. Gave him your name and address and all that.
Now
So,
go get him. Jesus Christ.
yeah, instead of manning up, taking your own responsibility, you like, okay, before I go down, let me drag him down to Whitney.
Yeah.
Like, now that right there is out of pocket. That's out of pocket, straight up.
They didn't do nothing while you did the whole 4? Or they did something too?
No, they didn't do nothing.
Oh, shit. So they probably feel like it was worth it. Because some people be telling it still be in there. You know what I mean? That's all I was touching on.
Yeah, and let me elaborate on that too, because I was in the feds, and people that do that like, okay, I'm gonna tell on such and such. They don't get time off like that, like people think. Like,
Yeah.
it has to be a whale. I mean, a big fish. You gotta tell on El Chapo to get some time off.
Make it really worth their while, huh?
Right, you got to make it worth their while. You can't tell on the little homie that's on the block.
Right,
do that.
right. They don't care.
He ain't nobody. We don't want him. Give us something worthwhile. Give us something substantial. So that ain't all what it's cracked up to be.
Looking at where you are today, would you change anything?
No, I wouldn't.
No regrets.
I wouldn't change anything because this is the path. I feel like life is already written.
Okay.
It was already written from birth. God already knew what scenarios was going to take place in your life. He knew what was going to happen before you did. So the path you're on, it's like you come to that fork in the road where you can make decisions. I can go left, or I can go right. The choice is yours. But I wouldn't change anything that's happened in my life. I would let it play out like it did.
Yeah.
Because in the end, it made me a better person. I had to go through the things I went through to make me the man I am today. Had I not went through certain events in my life, I've been shot before.
Okay.
Going to federal prison. Growing up in the mean streets of South Central.
Right. Through
Had I
different
not went
times.
through, experienced those things, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be able to give you this interview because I would be some other person. But I'm a testimony to no matter what your circumstances was, you can drive your car looking through the rear view of what happened in the past, but the front window is the big picture. You got to keep moving forward. And nothing you can do to change the past. It is what it is. It happened. Did you learn from it? Now, if things happen to you in your life and you continue to push on the same level that led to those negative things that happened to you, then that's the path you choose to be on. Because some more stuff is going to happen to you in your future. But when you decide to come through and you beat all that stuff that's happened to you, then you realize God has me here for a reason. It's the reason why I'm still pushing. Mm-hmm. It's the reason why I went through that.
Fully agree. Fully agree. That was Korey, y'all, from the mean streets of South Central. Telling it, what you say, it was based on the true story. What's the title of this?
True Story Korey.
True Story Korey.
Yeah.
True Story motherfucking Korey. We had True Story Korey in the building. And this was a very well-spoken man.
Thank you.
I never know what to expect, especially over the phone. Or especially when I haven't had a lot of dialogue with a person. I don't be knowing what to expect. But no, this was a good interview. Very, very well-spoken and very comprehensive, King. That's what's up. I'm glad I did it. For real. I appreciate you for appreciating me or for being interested enough in me to letting me interview you. Because this shit is like pulling teeth, I promise. The people just be like, I don't know, they just be so nervous or just so apprehensive. I don't know what they think I'm going to ask them, but it also be letting me know that they ain't listening to nothing either. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I appreciate you. Tell the people bye.
Bye-bye. Lady Scrap, before we go off, can I say something?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay. I want to say I appreciate you as a black woman. You're very positive. Your attitude is amazing. Continue your positive energy. People feel you through your energy. It's whether they know you or not. You have a great personality. You're an amazing interviewer, and I wish you nothing but success in your future. And everything's gonna come together. It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow. Continue on the path you're on, and I appreciate you for letting me be on your platform to express myself. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
No worries, King. Yeah, that was a good ass message we ended on. I love that. Yeah, y'all got somebody for me to interview, hoodchicks35@gmail.com, or say it under a picture, say it under a video. I'm not finna answer these DMs and all y'all doing is showing me your dicks. Like, come on, get it together. I don't know why you think I'm interested. I'm not.